Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles. I thought I'd come and share some ideas today. For those ideas are very important. It's like the world has turned half of the world has turned into Howard Hughes. Howard Hughes was a brilliant inventor, a billionaire, a playboy, but he was germaphobe and he lived in seclusion, and so it's like the whole world has turned into Howard Hughes. For the ascension is happening, there is an acceleration of energy, and that means we're becoming more intelligent, we're becoming more emotionally intelligent. We are able to utilize more of our consciousness to see what's really going on and what's important for us. It is essential to connect, in order to connect to our soul spirit and to ascend, to create this point of connection to the higher truth. Just our intention is enough to create the flow, to create the connection. And just our intention to do so, and in our intention we want to intend to connect to the 352 dimension of the creator universe. And then our souls and spirits and our guides will align us with whatever frequency that we can draw on from any dimensions. For we are a unique sort of the creator, an infinite aspect of the one. Nobody in the whole universe is you. Huh? So it's like you're very important. We are all very important. We are created as a unique expression of the one. And unity is the central experience in order to discover a multidimensional self. The more we are able to connect to this multidimensional self, the more we can recognize that in others as well, and even if they do not yet see that. For we are here to manifest the presence of the Creator, and what we need to do is it's a very shifting time, but it's not always easy to see what is truth, what is illusion. So in essence, all of this will come into the light, but in essence, what we need to find out is what serves us and what no longer serves us. So we want to release all negative energy that may come from outside or inside. And you can call on the great master Saint Germain, is the guardian of the violet fire, to assist you in transmuting all those energies through the violet fire, or Lady Portia, or Archangel Zadkiel, or Lady Amethyst, for they are the guardians of that frequency. They are assisting us in transmuting all those energies. For it can be still easy to be distracted, so do not just be patient with the process. And but what's in essence what we're understanding now, that we're no longer allowing the ego to dictate our emotion, to let the fear and the ego to dictate what is. The ego has to become to sit on our left shoulder, to become contemplative, to assist the soul in the realization of this manifestation of the divinity, but no longer because the ego is more like a dictator. He wants to dictate, impose his law impose his negative emotion upon us, but we're no longer allowing that. So for understanding the dark plans will not prevent the ascension. They are completely disempowered, and even this confinement has turned against them. For there is many things that are happening behind the scenes that are very positive, but we do not necessarily see it just yet. And so I'm going to pull a few cards to see with the Voyager. Well, in the French, the first video, it was far more expensive than now, but right now, but it's always appropriate to get the card we draw. We have to draw experiences and wisdom from those. The situation is the Empress. It is a card of abundance, it is a card of prosperity, it's the card of grace, it is a card of birth and rebirth. Here it's the great mother, Isis. She works through the moon to integrate this emotional body. And the message of the card is to not get lost in any detail. No matter what we see, it's just a detail. Even our physical experience and our consciousness here on the earth is just a detail of what is going on the higher plane, because our soul is involved in so much. So once we understand that everything is just a detail, it's just a partial reality, we can let go of the drama and always try to see the universe, or the beauty of the whole, rather than the conflicting aspect of the details. What comes around the situation is death, is the transfiguration. There are unavoidable changes that are coming about. So it's not about fighting the flow of our creation, and to allow to trust. What we see before us is the tower. It is the house of God that is being shaken. All those things that are dysfunctional are being shaken out. It's like a tree. It's like there is some bad apple, and so we are shaking the trees. All the bad apple will fall, and at the end, the beautiful tree will be there. And once we pass through that, in order to pass through that, we have to manage anger. For anger is a natural aspect of who we are. And it is not for us to be angry. It is how we manage this anger. When something makes you angry, you want to breathe it out. You want to, in order to return to lucidity, you take 3 deep breaths, and then you send love and light to whatever makes you angry. And so he will greatly assist the process, and he will protect you. And from there, we'll find joy. We'll be able to rejoice. The rejoicer will come once you manage to canalize, to channel all those energies, those things that can make you angry. For there may be in the distant past is the card of creativity. For we've been very creative. We're learning that we are creator beings, and so we want to be careful what we do with our thoughts and energy. For now, we may be still be confronted with what we call negativity, and this negativity has to be turned into positivity. Within the darkness, the light will emerge, and so trust. And that's actually what's coming up in the near future. Will be trust. Trust. The more you trust your soul, trust your spirit, trust the divine plan, trust that all will be well, trust that all is well. It is a leap of faith, but to release all aspects that could be considered as negative. For what we are in this situation, the power we have within this situation, who we are, is nurturing. We want to nurture yourself, take care of yourself. It's not do not worry about the world, do not worry about the future. Just take care of your well-being, your joy, your happiness, and share it as much as possible. The more we are able to share joy, happiness, truth, everything that we're able to share, we are maintaining it, we are sustaining it. What comes to us from the outside world is the preserver, is the woman of world. Yes, she's like ready to give birth. It's birth and rebirth. But it's also about preserving. Understand, your soul is preserving everything that has value to you, and then there may be some illusion that comes that interfere and that creates distraction right now. But it's not. Do not allow that to distract you from your goal. Focus on what you really want as much as possible. For in the inner emotion, there's still have to deal with oppression. Oppression means we're always doing too much. Is when we do too much for others and we're not taking care of ourselves. We need to aspire for freedom for ourselves and not to always feel like we have to do things for others. Everybody will take care of themselves. They have the responsibility. Once you do that, you let go of all those responsibilities. That's completely unnecessary. You let go of all this overwork, this having to do so much. You find love. Love is sharing. Love is real. Love is really what we seek to live in love, in whichever frequency of love. But there is always a higher octave of love to be discovered. It's about living in the heart and feeling the love. And the outcome is patience, is the Two of Worlds. It's also a very magical card where all things can be happening. But here in this card, it is like the winter. It is frozen. So there's no use to go and plant seeds when it's. So it's about allowing time to unfold naturally and to know it will change for the season. It is the card of the season. The seasons are going to change. So do not let this present situation, the media and all those things, because they're really putting a veil on consciousness, but all their dark plans will not come to fruition. And so it's about knowing that the light is as everything in control in truth. And so understanding also that all the galactics and the ascended masters are all serving God. They're all connected to God and they know. And so you can connect to them and join that higher, the collective brotherhood, become one with the galactic, with the angels, with the archangels, with your guides, with your soul, with your creator. For there are negative extraterrestrials as well, but this is the selfish agenda. But it all comes down to those who are serving self and those who are serving life, the power within and the power over, the karma and the dharma. So it's very much about finding the dharma, the law, rather than imposing anything on anybody else. To find this to turn within, to find this empowerment within, rather than trying to seek to to serve a selfish agenda, but everything is being transmuted. We bring this planet into the sphere we surrounded the planet with this violet fire, and understanding all the light workers that are the boots on the ground, that have chosen to incarnate in this time of shifting, this very the most important shift in the whole of history. Yeah? It is the most shifting time, and although the victory of the light is assured, we're passing through this dark night of the soul on a collective level. You're all galactic heroes, and there is so much from up there. They really see the courage to venture in such a difficult energy matrix that's confronting so much conflict, so much darkness, and striving always to reach into spirit, to keep your hope, your faith, regardless of the adversity. All of that will be rewarded, and it is recognized by soul and spirit. And the company of heaven, thank you for all your work. So never doubt your own power, your own reason for being here. I'm gonna sing a song. I hope this message was interesting for you. It's very much about breathing and releasing as much as possible, working out if possible, doing whatever exercise to liberate all the toxins that can still be preventing us from seeing the clarity of things, and yet to keep things in balance. The paintings behind me, this is a strange painting, and it might be finished. It's called the Shashumna, the Great River of Life. So it's about this great wave of energy that's, and then it's evacuating some little things behind as it moves forward. For the idea is that this river of life is a central way. It's like Confucius, the central way, the middle way. And this middle way, it's like it's neither in the light or in the darkness. It's in between. It's neither in the good or in the bad. It's in between. It's neither positive nor negative. It's in between. It's about moving in between the judgment, in between the angles of perception that give us critical perception. And sometimes the road can be narrow. Huh? We have to use this narrow road, and we don't really see where it's going, and we have to go up and up and up. But and so it's not always. But it's the only road that will lead us to the little door that will open to the great expanse of heaven and the true freedom that we're seeking. So trust that we are being groomed and guided towards the ascension. And this is a painting from the Neo-Metacosmic series that I did in 2008. It represents the Milky Way galaxy as seen from above. It's quite a very simple but quite a wonderful painting. I like it. So I'm going to sing a song that went through my head. It's a French song originally, but I think I sing the English version. It's the most modern version by, I think it was Leonard Cohen who made this English version. It goes like this. Dum 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 dum. When I pulled across the border, I was cautioned to surrender. This I could not do. I took my gun and vanished. Dum dum, dum dum, dum dum. I've changed my name so often. I've lost my wife and children, but I have many friends, and some of them are with me. Dum dum. Dum dum, dum dum. An old woman gave us shelter, kept us hidden in the garret. Then the soldiers came. She died without a whisper. Dum dum, dum dum, dum dum. There were 3 of us this morning. I'm the only one this evening, but I must go on. These frontiers are my prison. Dum dum, dum dum, dum dum. Oh, the wind is blowing. Through the grave the wind is blowing. Freedom soon will come. They'll come from the shadows. Dum dum, dum dum, dum dum. Les Allemands étaient chez moi. Ils m'ont dit résigne-toi. Mais je n'ai pas peur. J'ai repris mon âme. Tom, 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 tom. J'ai changé 100 fois de nom. J'ai perdu femme et enfant. Mais j'ai tant d'amis. J'ai la France entière. Tom, 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 tom. Un vieil homme dans un grenier, pour la nuit nous a cachés, les soldats l'ont pris. Il est mort sans surprise. Tom, 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 tom. Oh, the wind is blowing. Through the grave, the wind is blowing. Freedom soon will come. Then they'll come from the shadow. Tom, 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 tom. Very nice song. Of course, it talks about a time that was kind of a dark time, but it's like for humanity, for the whole of humanity, although France was on the front line of this Second World War. Anyway, but this song went through my head. I thought it was so I always trust whatever spirit inspired me. I always trust it, although I don't always. You don't need to understand all the ins and outs. You have to be in the flow of what comes to you from spirit as much as possible. So I'm going to pull a last oracle. The highest wisdom is the higher self. It's connecting to our higher self, to commune with our higher self, to become our higher self. Our soul, our spirit guides are all part of this higher self. There is many higher self. We have more than one higher self in essence, but we want to bring down this higher self. For every the planet as a higher self, the solar system as a higher self, the universe as a higher self. What we need to understand is the limitation. We have to accept the limitation, but not to create more limitation. And slowly but surely, we are deactivating all the old limitation. What we need to do is the healer, to bring healing. Well, I did something yesterday that now it's done, and I'm letting go of this, and we'll see. But it may be very, very powerful. It may have some very powerful positive effect. We'll see. For it's all in the hands of God now, and the outcome is trust. It's about trust. We're going to be moving into a sphere of trust rather than a sphere of doubt. We're going to move into. So it is very much about trust. The more we trust that there is a higher plan, and to let go of our illusion. For we have to discern and decipher between the illusion and the truth. But the truth is always in the light. It's always the eternal truth of God is all about beauty, and it's all about this magnificent how. So we want to move from step to step into ever increasing octaves of truth, beauty, and goodness. Well, thank you very much for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.